A lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil.
Knievel.
Not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man.
Everybody says so.
We are busy. I mean, we got some slow times coming up, but it's still been. I got a little work story I'm going to open with once we go through our.
Sweet.
Yeah, it couldn't have been more serendipitous. It couldn't have been more coincidental. It couldn't have been more. All that
Presumptuous.
stuff.
Crazy.
I like the way
Spicy.
you're shaking your shoulders.
Yes,
in
I'm
such
trying to movement. Eh?
I feel a lot of pride in this room.
The edibles have kicked in. I say.
Ryan's a little louder than me right now.
I'm just fucking around. I miss this. I honestly was thinking.
We should do this every day.
I love doing this podcast. I really do. It's super fun.
I love it too, and I love showing off my Jamie gum.
Now, I've asked you this before. Have you worn that shirt outside of this podcast before?
I have not.
It's so fun.
You already wore it.
Rick, are you just looking at things around the room and saying that you love them? I love lamp.
Yeah. Have you worn it out again?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
It's funny as shit. Yeah, people are unnerved by it or come up and like, what's that from? What's that? Remember that one girl said it was the wrong movie?
Yeah.
A gal, she was like, oh, what is that? Something. And I
Yeah.
said, no, Silence of the Lambs. She's like, no, yeah, that's right.
But I don't remember. Yeah,
Something
I don't
like
remember.
Seven, or it was a similar, like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that had a
Same time, same.
yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. But it's an off-putting shirt, especially when people recognize it. You'll see them like,
Yeah, because you are looking up at him from the well.
from the well.
From the depths
Yeah.
of the well.
Yes, you are.
We're trying to get warmed up here. Me.
Place that. Why don't you go ahead and place that lotion in the basket for me?
You guys are rolling.
Why don't you just kind of go ahead and
Oh yeah, it's like a Lumberg thing. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Hey Todd,
Engineer says we're hot.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and put that lotion in the basket.
Little office well.
Okay. We're hot.
Yeah, he says we're hot and walked out of the
Oh,
room.
well,
I don't know what that
that's-
all.
that's one man's
what that
opinion.
mean- It's the only one that counts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Little Independent, the podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, or just plain weird movies. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
I'm prompted now to like call back to that.
To do
We've been doing it
the
enough.
mirror effect of
So where like I have an involuntary response to say something back in that voice.
you should.
The KT, the Kathleen Turner.
We can see who.
And then it'll be like 20 minutes of us just like that. You know, it'll just extend and extend.
And we were discussing that we were running a little long. But
Yeah.
but what is long? I mean,
Well,
there's some podcasts that are 7 hours.
We're not aspiring to that, everybody. So don't worry. But we're gonna try to get things as streamlined as possible.
Well, the question was, what is long?
Long. Oh, in podcasting terms, we're both
Well,
right.
I left it open, and I
Oh.
left that open ended for you.
That's rhetorical. Yes.
That's situational.
And it's the fall time frame, and we're just talking ahead of pressing record on this bitch that's about work and different things at work. And
Yeah.
I found out that I work at a place that, believe it or not, allows Halloween costumes for the employees.
Yeah. I think we do it the day of, the right day.
Is
you can
that
wear
the
them and
case?
hand out
Interesting.
candy. And,
I didn't know I'd have to deal with that in life.
Oh, so you don't.
Well,
Wanna
there's a
do
whole
that.
like do's and don'ts, and like send somebody home if they are dressed up like a priest or something, or the skirted like sexy nurse. It's just bizarre to me.
Do you send yourself home when you come in the
Do I
The,
send
the
one
body heat, sexy nurse.
What I thought, speaking of Nurse, did I ever tell you about that movie Nurse 3D?
Yeah, you said to watch it.
And
And
you
I
haven't
think I
yet?
failed that.
You
Yeah.
haven't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's, we're still watching a horror movie or as many horror movies a day as we can. Have you
Yeah.
done any?
I bit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I told you to watch.
There is a interesting connection, believe it or not, to Bit and our movie today.
No way.
Our movie today has a lot of connections, but you said you had a work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I was thinking about work, and then you said you had like.
I got a work story. So we're on episode 24, and ladies and gentlemen, everything has gone to shit.
Huh? Oh.
Episode 24, when we reveal the name of the movie and the synopsis of it, that will make sense. Ryan, you look confused.
I think I know what you're talking about.
We are in episode 24, and everything has gone to shit.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are you with me?
More literally.
Yeah. No,
I thought there was a connection.
On?
I thought there was a connection to 24 and the name of the movie. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll start firing.
You've gotten me on the last couple, I think, with something that I just did not get. I'm turning into a very sleepy human being, I guess.
So, all right. So the lead in, I'm leaving work today. I head up to the office to say, hey, I'm out, blah blah blah, and got a new manager in there, and he's questioning the assistant manager on what he should say and how to make this radio call, and it goes a little something like, yeah, I got a call from housekeeping, and this room number has poop all over the bathroom. and they want me to call out a biohazard.
Okay.
Or bio equipment hazard,
okay.
Drop off type of thing. And so he's trying to ask how to do this. So they get him on the right channel. He calls it out.
And this isn't a hypothetical.
This is literal. And he literally says, there's poop in the bathroom and they need a bio kit.
Okay.
And the response was, oh Lord. And then the other end just starts firing out commands, calling out to who, this and that.
I think there's a fair amount of those kind of exclamations in this movie.
But me leaving work leading into this podcast today.
That happened?
That happened. And so this will all make sense, ladies and gentlemen, when we discuss this
really
movie.
Funny.
And when you see this movie. Yeah, how does that happen? I couldn't believe it.
I'm delighted by that.
Yeah, I'm driving home just shaking my head.
I guess I'm sorry that somebody, and that's the thing. And Todd works in the hospitality industry, and people I'm sorry that somebody had to deal with somebody else's shit today.
Yeah, literally.
Which is the real. So guys, let's get real. The real hero of that story is the person who had to.
The person or persons
handle
that are
like, don't do that in a hotel. I don't know how that happens. I don't want to get off on a tangent.
And it sounded like it was bad. So
how look at me, Todd.
How do they?
How does it get to that? It's either intentional, which makes me furious,
which is my first thought,
or I don't know. I've been under intestinal duress a lot of times in my life. There's been times that I've had to seek relief to this in the out of doors.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the confines of a bowl would have done to something like that.
Yeah.
But still, I've never come close to literally ruining a hotel room bathroom.
Yeah, they made it sound like it was all over. Now, that could have been all over. This is getting bad, but this is what this movie's about. So it's completely fitting.
Yes.
It could be all over the room. It could be all over the throne. I don't know. Whatever it is, the hero, like you said, is the person putting on the biohazard suit.
Is there a fetish? There's a poop fetish. Is it corpophagia or something like? Or no, that may be totally wrong. But we may become one of those at the end of this podcast.
No,
ladies and gentlemen, you all might too. Our movie today, I just realized, is kind of a catfish. I think maybe for people just diving into the podcast, because our film is called The Mule.
Yeah, a little bait and switch, huh?
And it was released in 2014. I believe some people may confuse it with the 2018
Nothing beats a good piece of hickory.
Clint Eastwood film. of the same
Why
name.
am I doing the impressions? You're the impressions guy.
I'm not. I
You
think
are
the,
two
the jury is
guys.
out. I mean, I do it.
But you do it well.
Quality is of question, but these movies, these films have similar premises. I mean, truly.
Well, condoms loaded with drugs up your hiney.
Illegally transporting drugs.
Yeah.
And I was just curious as to, even when the Eastwood film came out, because I'd seen this one previous and I knew, and I was like, you really had nothing else? You knew there was another film of that name. And granted, it's an indie, it's an Australian film. It has some people who are involved with huge things in it, but you couldn't come up with anything else?
I think it fits because that's what they're called.
Yeah, but, come on. That almost is like a slap in the face from the big budgets. Like, You Don't Exist, other Mule that came out 4 years ago.
Oh, well, the Eastwood movie was after.
Else. Call it, I don't know. Call his that something else.
Okay, yeah, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying our movie should be named something else.
No,
but
our movie came out first.
Clint Eastwood's movie.
Clint Eastwood's movie. Should come up with something else, please.
All right.
And so it's The Mule 2014. I know I've talked to Todd about this movie before, and it was really high on my list. For
it
this
must have been a long
podcast
time
immediately.
ago.
It was, yeah.
Okay, because I don't remember.
During the lunch table days, Todd. That's when we talked about this.
We talked shit at lunch.
We talked shit at lunch. So the description of this film that comes from IMDb: after a trip to Thailand, a first-time drug mule finds himself in police custody with his stomach crammed with narcotics. Now he has to ensure 7 sphincter-clenching days to convince them of his innocence. Will nature take its course?
Dun, dun, dun. Interesting they put 7 days, because it's 5 days initially, and then it extends to 10.
It extends. But so what do you think of that description?
It's all right. It's,
If you didn't know me, okay, if you weren't beholden to this podcast, would you have read that and watched that movie?
I'm beholden to no one.
That's your soul bound.
What movie is that from?
Would you have read that and watched this? Sphincter clenching is in the
Probably
synopsis. That bummed me out. I did not like that description. Sphincter clenching. Will nature take its course? Just that bummed me out.
Yeah. The only intriguing thing is, like, how do you make a full movie out of somebody locked in a bathroom?
Because every interview that I watched and heard was them just legitimizing their premise and just saying, trust us. And again, when you hear, or if you know who's involved with acting and writing this movie, these are huge people.
They are?
That's why I love this podcast.
Oh, man.
That's why I love you, Todd. Yes, they are. It is billed as a comedy crime drama. What do you think about that?
Comedy, crime, drama. Now, okay. I've been thinking about this a lot, actually. So I watched it twice, yesterday and today.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watch it, the first time I always like to watch it clean, not taking any notes, just be in the movie, And then the second time, the notebook's out, I go sequence by sequence and blah, blah, blah.
There's a sex metaphor to me there somehow. I'm just
you got that grin going.
Envision it in your own minds, people.
Imagine if a cat caught a mouse that had just had a full meal, and then the look on, just the satisfaction on the cat's face. All right, I don't know where we're going with that one, but
it's getting more deviant.
All right, bring me back to where I was.
Comedy, crime, drama.
Yeah. So my first impression was, and I thought I remember you saying that it was a comedy or maybe in a text or something like that, or maybe that's what I read.
No, you responded to me by saying Australian crime comedy. Because you were like the Eastwood one before.
Oh, yeah, and then I looked up the year.
You must have seen crime comedy.
That's what popped up.
It didn't strike me as comedy the first time. I'll be honest with you.
It's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, really?
It's my first sit through. I'm like, this is a biopic drama, is what, only because it's based on a true story. It claims at the beginning, but there's
loosely.
It has to be really loose.
Yeah, I've got info on that. It's
okay,
loose, but it's still interesting.
Yeah. So it struck me as a full-on drama. Of course, there's comedic moments in it.
Yeah,
but I took it in as a drama.
I think it's supposed to strike you as a comedy or strike a tone right in the beginning, because this is a scene that's repeated twice,
Yeah.
but it's about a mule, and you look at the poster art, you'll see a guy bent over,
Right.
spreading his ass cheeks ostensibly, and he's at. I think you see it once, you don't know
Yeah.
the context, but before the two TSA or not TSA, what would the equivalent of TSA be in Australia? It would be TSA, wouldn't it be internationally?
The Homeland, not Homeland,
Yeah.
but the
Okay, let's go with that, and maybe we'll edit out me sounding totally ignorant right now, but again, a little tired. But so it's security at an airport, and they do Rochambeau to see who has to get up in his ass, and that's funny to me.
yeah.
So that makes the tone, I think, is what they're trying to do. But the first time I didn't get a lot of laughs. Second time, I laughed more. And maybe because with such a jarring film, I'll just say that. I think it's jarring. Once you're over a movie like this, you can watch it a second time and just relax your sphincter. Hey-oh! There it is. If we had a bell, I'd ring it. You're welcome, everyone.
Did you hear a bell ring? Well, we did the same thing. Yeah, drama the first time, and then it was it's definitely easier to. I mean, because you know what's coming and when.
Yep. This movie stars Angus Sampson. He's in the lead. And I'm not even going to ask you because you said you didn't know anybody from this.
No,
so
that's the big guy.
he
That's
plays
Ray.
Ray Jenkins, correct? He's Australian born. He's got 65 acting credits to his name. He's in a 2003 movie that looks really interesting called Razor Eaters. So I think that looks pretty cool. He is in Mad Max Fury Road. Probably his biggest commercial movie, I think, to this point is, well, maybe not actually comparatively, but he was in Mad Max Fury Road as the organic mechanic. He's in the TV show Fargo. Have you watched that? I haven't watched that.
No, just the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I did season 1. I think I watched.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but not the more recent ones.
Yeah. And he was the voice of of Goro in the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie for the gamer fans who probably hated that movie. And probably most notably is he helped Lee Winnell develop the Insidious movies. So notoriously, probably one of the more commercially successful franchises in a while.
So that was a question I had. Is that when I watched the 18-minute interview from South by Southwest in 2014, they brought that up, that there was Insidious 1 and 2, and I'm like, that sounds like something Ryan is into or watches. And is that true?
So huge, and these are huge movies, I think, comparatively in the horror genre.
Are they comedies?
No, scary as hell.
Insidious, okay.
Scary as hell. And they're fun. So Angus Sampson and Lee Winnell developed them. Lee Winnell, I believe, wrote it, and they don't star in it, but they're in it.
Okay.
So Angus Sampson and Lee Winnell are both in the Insidious movies as these paranormal investigators, like aides to this lead paranormal investigator. So they're kind of comic relief, actually. They're definitely not super comedic in this. So that was pretty cool. So Angus Sampson played Tucker in the Insidious series. Second build in IMDb billed them weird, so I did my own. So I threw it out the goddamn window. So second build,
Fuck those guys.
Hugo Weaving as Detective Tom Croft. Now, of everybody in this movie, I think you probably recognize at least him.
Mr. Anderson.
There you go.
Yeah. And in their interview that I watched, they talked about how he raised everybody's IQ on the set. Like, just his presence there, everybody stepped up their game, their acting
It's
game.
amazing
just like,
that he took
they're
this
like,
movie.
yeah, that's what they're like. Hugo's here. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We better be good.
94 credits to his name.
Wow.
His first credit is as Student 2 in the 1980 film Maybe This Time. And I know him, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I mean, as far as like
Oh, it's Matrix for me.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
As far as gay, bi, transgender, films that really, told a really amazing story and, introduced you to really cool characters. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert is amazing. But The Matrix was his big, like, ta-da, here I am.
19 years after that first, when he was What was his role? He was like a backup.
Oh, for
Num-
Student 2.
Student 2.
Maybe this
19
time.
years later.
Yeah.
He does The Matrix.
Yeah. He's the voice of Rex in Babe, so that was early on. Lord of the Rings, he plays Elrond. in
Oh,
Lord
he
of
had
the Rings,
he had the funny ears, yeah.
Yes, he. Oh boy. Oh boy.
He had the elf ears.
Oh. Well,
Elf ears are funny.
if you get all you get egged by nerds, by sci-fi nerds, if your car gets egged, it's not on me.
Because they're not funny.
I knew his name. I don't know everything about him. But Hugo Weaving, to be honest, a movie you don't see his face. One of my favorite movies, and it's really underrated. V for Vendetta. Fucking love that movie, and he's great in it. And it's
is he the?
he's V.
He's V.
Yeah,
he's the man behind the mask.
he's the man behind the mask.
Ryan, I'm just gonna sit back and just, take this all
Just
in.
drink
It's
it in.
just, yeah, I'm a listener. I'm one of our legions today.
All right. Well, I'm really gonna blow your mind in that third build is Lee Winnell. We mentioned he plays Gavin Ellis. He's actually credited as
His
Gavin
mate.
Alistair Ellis.
His mate, his buddy,
So his big, and I know you've seen him in something else because he wrote and starred in the movie Saw, little horror movie from back in the day.
Did okay.
Yeah, didn't spawn like 9.
They should probably make a
sequels.
sequel for that movie.
Oh, or maybe a 10th. So he is.
There's that many?
I think it's
I
close
bet,
to that.
yeah, 9, 10, yeah.
With the one, and that just Chris Rock
So
just came out with
he
that. new one,
wrote
Spark.
Saw.
Yeah, he wrote and was the star of Saw, and I think he wrote Saw 2 and 3.
Shit.
So this kid's he knows what's up. He's doing well.
That's a talent
and
right there.
He was not Princess Bride in The Room in the movie.
Not Princess Bride?
Carrie Elwes in the movie Saw.
He was in that?
Oh man, maybe you don't know that one as well.
Well,
yes.
It's been a long
Carrie
time. I
Elwes.
have seen the first Saw, but it's been a really long
he's the
time.
one who saws off his ankle famously. Lee Winnell is also in Razor Eaters, so I really want to see that. He plays Specs in the Insidious movies. He's in Lava Lantula, which
there it is.
Stars
There's
the girl
the bit.
that you saw a movie with a girl in it who heard the star called Bit, and she is also in Lava Lantula.
Yeah.
Lee Winnell.
That's the.
And acting wise, Lee Winnell is also in Aquaman, so he was the cargo plane pilot in the big blockbuster Aquaman, and obviously his connection to James Wan got him that. He's in a movie called Cooties, which I friggin' love. Watch this movie. Watch the movie Cooties. But Lee Winnell wrote Saw 2, 3, a great horror movie called Dead Silence, which was directed by James Wan, who went on to direct, little movies like Fast and Furious 7 and Aquaman. Lee Winnell wrote Upgrade. Have I talked to you about Upgrade? Have you seen that movie? Amazing movie. Watch Upgrade. And he wrote the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man that just came out recently through, I think, Blumhouse Pictures.
He's a hell of a writer.
Yeah, this guy's good. Fourth build is Georgina Haig, who plays Jasmine Griffiths. She was in a 2011 movie called Crawl that looks really interesting. And she was also in a TV miniseries about the band In Excess.
Well, I thought of you when I looked at her bio. And oddly enough, she's the only bio that I looked at.
Oh.
That's
weird. That's lady.
That's kind of odd. Yeah. And, when I say bio, filmography, there's a movie in there that I thought, oh, this is probably something Ryan needs to see because she did mostly TV, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And this is a movie we referenced before. And so it's only like an hour and 13 minutes long. And it's something called like Where We Disappear or something like that. And it's referring to being put in a women's prison in Russia. And I thought, oh, this is like of Ryan's version of Caged Heat maybe here. But it says drama, so it's probably not the same. But so Caged Heat's getting a lot of love on the show.
Yeah,
apparently.
those crazy caged people movies from the 70s and the 80s. So she was in a TV miniseries about the band In Excess called Never Tear Us Apart. Next build is John Noble, who plays Pat Shepard. So the villain, I would say the main villain. Have you seen him in anything before?
No, but he was like the quintessential mobster
I knew it.
in
yeah.
this movie.
Just a super creep.
Just-
He's a good creepy bad guy.
Yeah, the ego beyond all,
Yeah.
just so over the top.
He is also in Lord of the Rings, by the way, so a little connection there.
Oh.
He plays, I thought you would find this interesting. He's in a TV show called Home Invasion, which stars Morena Baccarin from Inara from Firefly Serenity. So I thought you'd dig that. I didn't know she was in the show. But his character on the show is named Buck Murdoch. So a little tie to the Airplane series there, which I think is pretty cool. And this was directed by Tom Mahoney. This is his first and only feature. He's done tons of music videos for a guy named Paul Kelly. This was co-directed by Angus Simpson, so the star of the movie, co-directed by him.
Yep.
His first feature, and written by Lee Winnell, Angus Simpson, by an original script by Jamie Brown, an individual named Jamie Brown.
Yeah, and they said that when I say they, the two of them that have known each other for 20 years, Angus and is it Wynn?
Lee Winnell.
Lee. Those guys have been friends for 20 years, and they were kicking around the story for quite a while, but with their schedules and everything, they just couldn't get the writing done.
Yeah.
So they brought in the third writer, and the movie was 7 years in the making.
Yeah.
Took 7 years to get it all the
Jamie
way.
Brown originally found this story in a newspaper clipping. And so story by credit, and wrote an original script for it, and then gave it to Angus and Lee ostensibly because they just had juice. And so I don't know what their deal was, Jamie's and Angus and Lee, but so they redid it and retooled it and completely reset it. Like, this is based on a true story, but they had agency over when they set it. So specifically 1983, backdrop the America's Cup, very specifically an Australian film too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of like Open Water, the
right.
Real
Right.
event, and that event occurred off the Coral Reef. So that's kind of a long tie-in.
I'm sure if you try
stretch
hard
there.
enough, we can tie a lot of our movies together, but a lot of them do tie pretty well together.
Well, I think it's just organic from what we choose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, on our 100th episode, we'll look back and maybe we'll have like a scientific study done on how they all interconnect and what that says about our weird psyche. The tagline, I only found one tagline. It's on the poster. It's legit, and here it is. Wait, okay. Do you have a guess as to what the tagline is? Because it's definitely on the nose. Not totally scatological, but it's...
something to do with puckering or something to do with...
No, it's not. It doesn't go for crudity or any,
okay.
try to be, lurid.
Holding it in.
Oh, nice. Nice. Try to hold in your laughter. You're really close. The tagline is, it's what's inside that counts.
Oh, God.
I told you, it was a little on the nose, right?
Yes.
No, there's not a lot of info on this movie. Online, I didn't go to the library
Yeah.
and check out the microfiche, but there's not a lot of info. No budget or earnings info. It's an hour and 43 minutes and rated R, definitely for language and a little bit of violence.
There's some kids out there going, Mom, what's a microfiche?
You're welcome, parents. This film was nominated for a couple of awards at the Australian Film Critics Association. Best Actor nomination for Angus Sampson, and Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Nani Hazelhurst, who plays the mom, who was so good.
Yeah.
Also nomination there for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Hugo Weaving. And it was nominated for an Audience Award Narrative Spotlight at South by Southwest for Tom Mahoney and Angus Sampson.
Yeah, it was straight to video, right? There was
and
no
streaming. Streaming
yeah.
and theater, and it was one of the early ones to do that. And in Hugo Weaving and Angus Sampson, I saw in an interview that they talk about that. And the interviewer says to Hugo Weaving, what are your thoughts about streaming? And you've been in all these big movies, and he's like, I don't have a solution for that. I don't care. It was fucking stone cold.
I love it.
She's like, your thoughts. She put this really well done question together, and he's just like, I don't know how to fix that shit. Fucking, if I don't care how you see the movies, see my movies.
Yeah.
See the goddamn Lord of the Rings on your fucking Apple Watch. He doesn't give a fuck.
Woo!
The movie is based on true events, and I did not remember that from the first time.
Oh, that
watching.
glued me to the set right away.
And that
then
normally does me too, and it
Yeah.
didn't this time. I don't know why.
I'm like, oh no shit.
And I went in.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Thank you, people.
Should drinking game on how many poop references? No, that's too easy.
Yeah.
So I came into this with, the first time at least, with some knowledge of who. Oh, look at that! That's live behind the
Is it-
scenes.
Yeah. The
Pop that top. There you go.
spray it. Oh no, we're good.
All right.
All right.
Looks good. Looks good on you. But I knew who these two individuals were coming in, so I kind of had some expectations of this.
Yeah, and I'm like,
This
oh,
is going to be good. You
and
know
I'm
what
the
I mean?
opposite. I'm like, oh, two new guys.
Yeah, and that's
He
fascinating.
fucking wrote Saw.
Yeah. But he's like a low key guy. I think he's a fine actor. Like
Yeah.
they do, and I honestly think Angus Sampson fucking crushes. This
Oh my
lead character
God.
is so good in this.
He, I mean, all of it. But of course, there's the scene, right? And oh man,
Yeah.
you were emotionally involved with him
Yeah.
in that for sure.
So it states Melbourne, 1983. We're at the backdrop of the America's Cup, which we'll get into at the end if we have time about a little bit about that. But that's a huge time of national pride for Australia. And the first line of this movie, you see him at this checkpoint, is "Drop your pants," which is a very indie opening.
And the underwear, mate,
Yeah,
or what?
it's a very, I think, indie style opening, which is cool. And
Well,
then
And I kind of made a note on that. I was wondering why, because I knew they would come back, to that scene in a little while, right? They're going to get back to that scene because they go 3 weeks earlier or whatever they said. And why the choice of opening or doing a quick opener with that scene?
a quick opening. God damn it!
We need a rim
It's
shot
not
in here.
only-
Yeah. So that was actually,
Promise not to do it again.
I wasn't even aware that was not intended.
Wait. What did
You but what you
Yeah.
mentioned it earlier that you thought it was a setup to get to that same scene again,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, indie movies like this can be quirky, and they, film things out of context, and,
yeah.
it had a very, I had a question for you later, but if this movie was remade like an American version, who would do it? It has a real Coen Brothers vibe to me.
Yeah, I could see them. Well, if it's an independent, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
But I could see studios wanting it to be
Yeah.
comedy, dark comedy. The next Dumb and Dumber,
the American version
Yeah.
would push the comedy.
or the Coen Brothers. Yeah, we want the
And
next Dumb and
with-
Dumber.
So we'll get into it. I'm sure the audience is like frustrated, like talk about this goddamn movie because all we're teasing is shit. But it goes to 2 weeks earlier, and they're at some sort of sporting fundraiser. You find out later, but it's in a lodge, and
Yeah, like a Moose Lodge, Elk Lodge here.
you see a little, trying to get to a goal. They haven't quite gotten to the goal yet. And in films that are filmed in other countries, specifically if they're not subtitled, if they're speaking, the Queen's English, but in their version of it, I like the different, I like the different phrases people use.
Yeah,
And as he's trying to calm everybody down and quiet them, he says, "Bit of hush."
yeah. And the same with the British movies. They're like that all the way through, and it's kind of fun. And when you put on the closed captions, sometimes it's like
Yeah.
way off
Yeah. That's the best.
because it doesn't wait. People don't talk
I'm
that way.
full closed captions now, man. I am.
Yeah,
I can't not. It's really, I can't. But he says "bit of fush," and he gets everybody, quiet. And what they're there for is they've been raising money for this trip for their footy trip climb, their footy team. Did you get any of what that was all about? Did you think that they were
No.
a soccer team?
Well, I was going back and forth between soccer and rugby because
Yeah.
that's the big thing down there. So the scene coming up when we talk about that made me think rugby, but you're talking, a lot of the stuff you're saying makes me think soccer.
Well, football.
Well, yeah.
So football, but
Depending, we're the only continent,
and
we're the only country.
I know, But it's a slang term for the game of Australian rules football. And
Which is rugby.
footy, no. And footy is also used to describe the ball itself. But so they're there to raise money for this trip, and they haven't quite gotten it, and they get the shortfall in the form of the owner of the Paradise Gardens Reception Center, which is where they're at. But they introduce Pat the Rat Shepherd, so this kind of local,
Yeah.
Guy with money gives them the extra, $2,500 or something.
The mafia guy is what I call him.
And did you think that right off? The black hair and the
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played it to the T. I mean, he was so good.
so
You hated him.
he's nicknamed the Rat, which is kind of interesting because I don't know why. Maybe that's a kid thing. They don't explore it, but Pat the Rat Shepherd, definitely looking at him, something's up. And then we're introduced to our main character because he wins. They have a little drawing, and he wins Club Man of the Year. And this dude, and this is Ray, played by Angus Sampson, is awkward as possible.
Yeah.
Awkward. Everything about his body language is awkward.
And Mom, you get the first taste of Mom too, the way she's cheering on and completely coddling him.
Very tight family. He comes up, and I love the scene. They're supposed to chug a beer.
Yeah.
And it's all awkward, and the guy's like, "Go ahead, mate."
Yeah, and then a spin on it, boom, he just kills it like in an instant.
Yeah.
So
It's just wonderfully awkward, and that's what I love about. I liked this movie a lot the first time. I loved it this time.
Uh-huh.
I really did. And looking back on it, it just had all these fun little quirks, and Hugo Weaving really makes it. I think without him, I wouldn't love it as much, but. So this is super great. Awkward beer chug. And again, very indie. He goes to say thank you, and the mic, squeals, and you go to the title card, the Mule. I like an intro like that.
yeah.
Kind of artistic and fun. Just bam, the
Yep.
Mule. No pomp and circumstance.
We do talk a lot about the not the editing, but the sequence of, how they pick up the cards, and we talk about her ticket to Hawaii.
Getting into the credits.
The
Or how
credit
clever they
sequence.
are,
That's what
yeah.
I'm trying to say. Jesus. In independent film, how they get so creative with that a lot of
Yeah.
times, and how cool that is.
Yeah. And so the rub of this movie is that they're going to Thailand. Pat and Gavin, who are introduced, this is Lee Winnell's character, they're planning something. Like, they're going to Thailand. This character, Gavin, there's something going on. They're planning it. And Pat and Gavin are talking, and they're asking if Ray is in. If Ray, or I think they call him Raymond, but they're asking, like, is he in? So herein, you're already teeing up the conflict. They're going to Thailand.
And they want to
Something
use
low
him
down.
because he's kind of a simpleton and nobody will expect him.
And they mentioned the mom thing early because I think Gavin has a line, if you can pry him off his mom's tit or something.
Teat.
Teat.
Down
And
under,
forgive
we
me,
call it teat.
I use the vulgar version of teat. And so you're teeing a lot, you're front loading a lot of stuff already. Like awkward mom, which is kind of cool. And it helps you build this character who you have to end up having sympathy for.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to, but I find that pretty remarkable. And
Well, it was a good enough script to get Hugo, right?
true. And that's what he flat out said. The script is 1,000% why I did this. And
It wasn't the money.
No, probably not.
I know. There's no
You
budget
probably
for
got
Hugo.
lunch every day.
Yeah. Bologna again? God damn it.
And you're thinking here, okay, here's the tension. Gavin and Ray are in the car dropping Ray off or vice versa. And he asks him, like, we want you to do this thing. It's going to be the easiest $8,000 that you'll ever make.
Yeah.
Your mom is
Think of your mom.
burdened with your dad's, it's stepdad's debts.
Yep.
So again, it builds a lot of information quick.
Yeah. And he does not want to do it.
He says no.
He's like, yeah.
Flat out says no. And then, they reveal that they maybe used to be neighbors. So they're childhood friends, would you say?
Oh, yeah. They say that. They used to
Yeah.
hang around together when they were little.
Then they get into, I love the scene at the dinner scene because it's very 1980s. A lot of like medium shots with everybody perfectly framed, mom on one end and
Uh-huh.
dad. and the appliances. It just looked
Yeah.
like the
And
production design
mom
was
taking
awesome.
control, get in and set the table,
Yeah.
and then she just loves John, like, you know,
Yeah.
get your ass to the table
And
with
they're
one
eating
word.
like fried. Do you think they're eating the lamb cutlets? Because I thought it was fried chicken at first, but
Oh.
later lamb cutlets come in.
Which comes back to be his favorite meal
I
later
think that's
on.
what they're eating in the beginning.
Okay. I think you're right.
It looked like a flat pancake, but fried
Yeah.
chicken flattened or something.
There's a lot of lamb down under.
And mom starts to talk about Gavin. I don't like him anymore, so you get more backstory. And I love the John, the stepdad. He's gonna go get another beer, but she cuts him off and says, "You've had your quota for the day."
Yeah, and he's like mentally counting, going through it, and he's like, oh,
Well,
okay, I
yeah,
guess I did.
There you go. So again, with what you find out about the dad,
Yeah.
you're teeing up a little heartbreak, a little shock or surprise,
Yeah.
which looking back, I think is really cool about the movie. So we know that there's history there. John can't have more than 3 beers a day, which could probably lead to a sneaky drug habit or something. But we're introduced to Lithuanian henchman Ziggy.
I didn't get. I was like writing Lith and Litho and stuff because I didn't get his name.
Oh,
You know,
Ziggy.
the mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's fantastic too. So
Oh,
this is
he's
Pat's henchman.
fucking scary, man.
He is.
Like, this dude would kill you. Although the ironic thing is, in the whole movie, he does none of the killing.
He doesn't. No,
No, he doesn't kill anybody.
And he's
Because I
down-
watched for it the second time. I'm
he's
like,
downright nice to Jasmine in a way,
Jasmine.
the defense attorney.
Oh, the one. Yeah, the only one I looked
The only
the
one you
bio.
looked And you didn't catch her name in this movie. She had nice eyes.
her name
everybody.
is last name is Haig. That's what
Yeah.
I remember. Sagittarius, born in 1980. No.
And Ziggy is. Everybody keeps saying, mom could use the cash. The mom could use. And Ziggy shows up at Ray's house, which I think is interesting. And Ray, kind of doesn't know what's up. And this is now you see them trying to tee him up to say yes.
And he breaks the glass with just a little flick of his finger
Yeah.
to show his strength.
Yeah.
He's there for John, which is the stepdad, collecting debts.
I think that was just done intentionally to pressure him into doing this.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think they could have laid
Like,
off,
look,
but like
this
now
money
go to
will
his
make.
house. So
Yeah, you do this, the money will make this guy go away. Yeah.
and it works. It absolutely works. And what gets you is, they ask, "Hey, who was at the door?" He says, "Mormons."
Yeah, no, that gets a laugh.
And that was,
And she's like, at this hour?
as Angus Simpson, and there are, there's criticism of his performance. He's got marble mouth. He just mumbles. But I think he has created a character and has stuck with it and is a fully realized human being. And this is just how this guy talks. So when he delivers, every line is as deadpan as it possibly could be.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Like, I've never seen anything more deadpan.
It's
in my
like
life. Like Ben Stein,
like a toned
is like
down
Carrot Top
version of
compared to
Sling
this guy.
Blade or something, I mean, he's got his own kind of way of talking.
Oh,
and-
that's good.
yeah?
That's good. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That just kind of popped in there just now.
And then the stepdad asked for money.
Yeah, on the
right,
way out.
just before the cut.
Yeah.
And like, oh,
He says a
man.
couple of lobsters. Now, there's another Queen's
Yeah, I think that
English.
might
What
be.
the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
A couple of lobsters. Is there lobster on any currency?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea what that meant.
Maybe that's slang.
Like,
for,
is it
for-
a $20 bill
Oh.
or?
All right. Email us at alittleindependentpodcast@gmail.com.
God, I had to set
What
that
does
up
a
long
couple
enough.
of
Jesus, man.
lobsters mean, y'all?
Say the damn email.
What I liked about the party scene, so Gavin invited him to a party.
Oh.
And I think in good graces.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What did you like
I
about
love
this?
the party scene because he's kind of getting comfortable, he's getting, you see him moving around and smiling a little bit, and then he goes over and then so the guy, I think of you, anything that's punk, right?
Well, this is a house party, would you say, right?
Right,
This house party?
but when the punk rocker's like gonna have to show off to his girl and his mates,
yeah.
so I call him Keith Richards
Okay.
because if Keith Richards was, well, he's never aged, he's always been 150.
Yeah.
But put white like makeup all over Keith Richards' face, and and like get him pissed off or
Yeah.
something. That's this guy.
Yeah.
That's what I saw, and then the interesting point is, I mean, you laugh out loud when the buddy comes up to save him
Yeah.
when he's challenging him to saying he stole his beer,
Yep.
and he's turning and getting the feedback from all his mates, and trying to puff out his chest to the
Kick
to
his
the
ass,
girl.
Seabass, the Australian version
Yeah.
of that.
And then, so in good writing and showing another side of the character, because they want to show that he has the ability to be strong at some point, or at least when he's drunk.
Yeah.
This is his good buddy. He puts his arm and he says, "My house, my rules." I say someone crosses you knock him out.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of grinning. And I'm thinking, oh, he knows this guy is a fucking. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking
he's
rugby
kind
at
of
this point.
Like a teeny little guy too. The
Yeah.
other dude.
But I mean, I was thinking this guy's
Some points for having some spunk.
he was a douche. He
Yeah.
was just And then here comes the just bam, one punch, out he goes.
Yeah.
And then he brings over his girlfriend. I can't remember. So you got Angus
Tiffany.
and you got the guy Gaz.
Gavin. Call it Gav.
Gav.
Whatever, it's gonna be easy for you.
So can we
Ray and
can we
Gav.
make this 3-letter words, please? Because I'm having a hard time. So
I'll put the lotion in the basket.
yeah.
I promise.
So Gav runs over and takes his girl that's laying on the floor and
Yeah.
says, "Have you met this Raymond? This is Tiffany."
Tiffany.
And then they start making out on the couch. So
yeah.
whoever's the strongest alpha, she's
He got pumped up, and I think all that is good storytelling and makes you okay. Like you feel confident in him too,
yeah.
because I didn't feel confident in him as a drug mule. I didn't know the means by which they're going to be transporting drugs, but
Well, I think the whole point of it was to show that he can take it on, and
So we see that he's an electrical repair person. He's a skilled person like this, and I love when he decides to go to do it. He goes to Gavin's house. He's like doing lines of blow, and Gavin says one of my favorite new lines is "Fuck me, Rhonda," but done in a beautiful Australian accent is just fantastic. But he says he's going to do it, and they go to Thailand, and it's they don't mess around filmmaking wise. I mean, this kind of drags a little bit, the part in Thailand.
yeah.
But I think because of how much of the remainder of the movie is set in that one hotel room,
Yep.
although it does move around a little bit, maybe they needed to,
Well, it took a lot of coaxing to get him to go.
Yeah.
And working for the guy, his boss at the TV shop, he quits his job because the guy was treating him bad.
Yeah.
Which the TV shop comes into play at the end too.
It does.
It's a nice little
But
setup.
they go to. There's a lot of montages in the movie, right? And first they're at the Guy Girl Club in Thailand, and the montages, and they're doing drinking games, and that's the thing that got me. Do you think they'd be doing douchey American guy drinking games at a he-she bar in Thailand?
Well, it's the whole team's there. So however that whole team parties, I would say yeah.
So
it's like a
they
college
just
thing.
Screw your customs here, Thailand. We're gonna play beer pong.
Yeah, they're there just to extract the money from your
Got it.
pocket. It was a lot of
Beer chugging,
mini skirts and
they're,
girls dancing around.
like wearing rice patty hats. It's all very. So I don't know if they're meant to look like douchebags. They don't necessarily, but it's kind of fun. And they finally go to meet this drug dealer.
Yeah.
And were you curious as to what the drug was going to be? Did you have a guess?
I didn't. Well, they said it was. He says
did they
later
say
on
it?
it's heroin.
But early on, did they say it?
No, I
Because I
didn't.
suspected it might be heroin, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't remember
mean-
knowing.
Whatever those bricks were, I didn't know.
And just bricks. So they go to this drug den, and what I like in movies is and maybe I've said it on this podcast before, is the sometimes slow-mo or sometimes sped up walk through the weird market to get to where you're going. Like there's a great one in Beer Fest. There's a great one in Bloodsport with Van Damme where they walk down the weird alleys to get to Kumite.
I love the little things that
Did you love that in
you
movies?
get. No,
Like the
I mean,
weird walk to the thing.
no, the stuff that you love, like the phone hanging up, or
Oh, the sound, that's sweet.
yeah,
sweet
those
sound.
certain sounds, and then now it's the description of
Yeah, I
because
love
you don't
that
get
in
that
movies.
in the big films, but the little things that you enjoy
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
The walk to the drug lair, and to meet this drug dealer. Now, what did you think of the performance by the drug dealer?
Sonia,
Yeah, billed as Sonia in this. And in an interview, they said they really didn't know if this was a man or a woman. They honestly didn't know, I think. It's an actress. It says actress. She's credited as Chor Hwat Billy Lowe.
Now, was it the same person that was whipping the girl with the
Yeah,
stick?
yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know if that was a second person.
And says, look after my nephew
Yeah.
and, enjoy Bangkok Heaven Awaits. So the rub of the movie is
as she's beating
just
this other
whacking
girl
on
with
this
a
girl.
switch.
Yeah.
Not beating, but whipping, spanking.
She's a very kind, I find drug dealers, specifically in Asia, are just more pleasant. They're usually smiling, but then they can turn on a dime, and she does.
So
But
how do
there's
you find
kindness.
this? This is based on your personal Asian
Yeah.
experience
Yeah.
with the drug
I mean,
market?
I only go to like farm to table, but yeah, they're always cheery until you fuck up, and then
and
you
then you get to
lose your nuts real
Then
fast
it will
and
get the
stuff.
hose again.
Yes, and so what's interesting about it is they're told half a kilo, no more, no less, no more, no less.
That's what the rat told him to
Gavin
get.
says things have changed, and that was a tense scene because you're like, oh, what is he doing? And
Yeah.
he asked for a full kilo, and you don't know if it's going to be okay. And she just says, okay, and just a new
Yeah.
giant brick goes plump
You pay more, you get more.
onto the scale.
Yeah.
So you find, okay, he's asking for more. Don't know what's going on there.
No, another wad of money comes out. Where'd that
She
come
has a
from?
nephew, and they're on their way. And shortly thereafter is when Ray says, I can't do this. I cannot do this.
Yeah,
and
it's in the
Gavin-
alley right after they leave.
Yeah. And I get that. Like that's a palpable, like the way that experience was, that fucked up walk to the market.
There. Right, and then there's the guard
market,
there with the
rather.
machete, making them, not
Yeah.
letting them go in.
So
Yeah.
there you go. And
He's scared.
and Gavin says, you know what? I got this. We're brothers. And this is that first time they say brothers.
Yeah.
And I immediately think Gavin is fucking this guy around. So I didn't find it sincere.
He's doing it to get what he wants, to get him to do it.
And he goes in to the next thing, pretends it's a bad deal, comes out, runs out like, we got to go, and essentially pressures Ray into doing it.
Yeah.
Which
And not only doing it, he makes him do the whole kilo.
Yeah. And so next we have our second montage, which is one of my other favorite montages, is the cutting and portioning the drugs montage. Because they are cutting this heroin and putting it in individual balloons.
Condoms. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I noticed either time it
It
was
is condoms
but that's
because
smart.
he says to my gal there, the lawyer, later
Jasmine.
on, I have 20 condoms of,
Oh, yeah,
I
I
have a
guess he
kilo
does.
of heroin and 20 condoms in my stomach. And she's like going on and on about how
Yeah.
she's getting no press time and doesn't even hear him. It's a really funny scene.
Yeah.
So that's where I got, that it's condoms
Okay. Interesting.
because they actually say it.
Well, I know they're famously transported in both modes of transportation, but he's given things he needs. He needs a cotton shirt. He needs codeine to block him up. And
Yep, down the hatch.
he gets one down, and Gavin says, now the rest. And he said, what happened to your half? And Gavin said, I already ate my half. So something's amiss.
Oh my God. So I just had a weird moment. I got to share this. So when I said down the hatch, I had a little deja vu moment.
Uh-huh.
So my brain is going, whatever sound your brain does when it goes, trying to get through the whole memory and where down the hatch was used in our previous 23. Well, this is episode 24. So, and then it hit me. It is in episode 3, Most Beautiful Island, the scene where she goes down into the basement.
Oh,
And I called that scene down the
the
hatch because when I said that, I had a deja vu moment, hearing my voice saying it all those episodes ago. And that was the only other movie, at least in my eyes, of all the ones that we've done, that the whole movie is made and talked about from one scene.
Yeah.
Like this movie, when it boils down to it, that's what there's one scene that people are going to talk about.
Probably.
And the same for me with Most Beautiful Island,
Yeah.
the spiders. That scene is what you talk about for that movie.
There's a lot of movies that do have that, which is
The one
interesting.
scene.
Yeah, it's the Achilles tendon scene from Pet Sematary.
Well, the other one, the movie that you got me, that you broke my back, scarred me for life. I have never
Do
recovered from. Probably never
Actually,
will.
Can't guess which one this is.
Old
Boy.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
So I've never seen that movie. Didn't know anything about it or what it was about. Ryan insisted one night that I watch it, and I did. And I've literally suppressed a lot of and blocked a lot of that movie
We should
out
say,
of my
and
mind.
I'm going to get this out of the way right now. It's the remake. It's a Spike Lee remake. It wasn't the OG, so give us shit. I've seen both. How about you?
No, I don't even.
Okay, so give Todd shit.
I've. Oh man.
See, I have to be delicate with Todd, and I have to get him into things in his own way. So he will see the original Old Boy, but this movie Old Boy has again great sound design, and that's something that I don't always see in movies. In this, when he's trying to get back through security, the tension is ratcheted up by the sound design. Every little thing he
It's
hears,
ambience. It's like
I love it. In this particular case, it's so great.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he gets pinched at security, and I think it's because he forgot to pick up his he's caught
pinching, puckering.
And he's caught, I believe, because he forgot to pick up his checked bag, only declared 2 things.
He got scared. He saw the dog checking the luggage and his buddy being walked back. He just wanted to get the hell out of there. He panicked.
And so the one guy's like, "Right."
That's what got him caught.
Yeah. So he gets caught, and they don't find anything in his rectum area because he's obviously swallowed everything.
Well, I do have an observation.
Uh-huh.
So this is the same scene that was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a male and female cop or customs
agent.
Yeah, customs agents. And they do the, what do you call it? Rock, paper,
Rochambeau.
scissors. That's the name?
Rochambeau.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Correct. Rochambeau.
Shit. I'm going to sound like a real dumbass in this episode.
Here in America. No, I actually don't know the origin, but it's
really called that?
Rochambeau, yeah.
Okay.
And don't ask me to spell it.
All right. So the girl loses, right? So they're doing opposite. This is 1983, so we can throw away a lot of the rules now, right? So it's the female inspecting the male.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't happen these days.
It wouldn't?
I don't think so. I think it's...
I'd ask for a female.
When we had to pat down
Are you
people, we always had to do same-sex pat downs. I don't know if it's the same now. This was several years ago.
I don't know. And again, you can write in on that. What are your
the other
thoughts?
thing was no gloves.
No, she put on a glove.
No.
He hands her, I think, like a thing of gloves.
In the opening scene,
in your mind, Todd,
there was no gloves.
Did she stick her finger up?
No,
his ass
she had
gloves?
but then I think she had a flashlight, like a
if
little tiny
if you
flashlight.
check the tape, I think he may have handed her like clear gloves.
Maybe in the second scene, but not in the opening.
But I like your idea that she just did that baby dry.
Opposite sex, no lube, no gloves.
Oh, it turned you on. Okay. Anyway. Now we know what to get Todd for his birthday.
It made me pucker. Ryan's you got the cat grin over there.
Oh, it did. And this is a real thing. Strip search, don't find anything, but he's detained because it's obviously coming back from Thailand. And I hate to generalize, but they may be, instances of drug trafficking are higher. So they put him in some sort of detention. And here we meet Detectives Paris and Detectives Croft. Specifically, Detective Croft, played by Hugo Weaving.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was Detective Hilton? Detectives Paris and Hilton.
No.
That would have been just amazing.
No.
No?
No. She was in one movie we did on this podcast, and that's the most I'll ever talk about her again. It's not relevant nor interesting.
Well, it's something you and Jess completely 1,000% agree on.
Yeah, probably.
We
haven't talked about it.
Your love for Paris
But
Hilton.
what I loved is you meet them, and Hugo Weaving establishes himself immediately because Paris sits down as maybe the lead, and he pulls his badge out of his jacket pocket. Hugo Weaving puts his hand in his pocket, brings out a middle finger.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's in the trailer, which is great.
Yeah.
So they set this kind of thing up. They're going to detain him, but they decide to do it at a hotel. And that makes sense to me because I think, Detective Paris, we find out later, has ulterior motives. So he kind of is guiding this thing along the way. So they have him in a hotel, and the rules are he can be kept for 7 days or 2 evacuations. So 7 days or 2 bowel movements.
Yeah.
And I love the rules. All the like the rapid fire of the rules.
Yep.
That scene's great. And we will mirror what you do at home. So if you have wine with dinner at home, you'll have wine with dinner here. And I thought that was goofy.
And do you
and
remember
weird.
the grape of choice, the wine of choice that Hugo
Oh no, I
says it?
forgot.
The Riesling.
Riesling. So he's
And
a
what
sweet
is the
tooth.
number one grape in the Traverse City wine region?
Oh,
The
yes, it is.
Riesling.
That's right.
There you go.
So that's super fun. And so here you are with, holy shit, this guy's going to try to not take a dump for 7 straight days. That's it. You've teed up the rest of this movie. And I didn't check the time. We're not super, super far in, but I'm teed up really well. And already, I like this guy.
Well, you're rooting for him.
But he is
You're rooting
a
for the
drug
criminal.
mule. That's what's remarkable
Right.
about this.
We see that a lot in these movies we pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, why are we rooting for this guy?
And so we get Gavin and Ziggy kind of back into the fray, in a way, because they have a phone call. Pat's not happy with Gavin, and so things are starting to get tense. Like, this heroin needs to be out. Gavin's in trouble. Everybody, Ray could be in trouble.
Gavin doesn't have the drugs, and he's
Yeah.
running from them because
And
he doesn't
so
have them.
He's trying to duck. So
'Cause
this is a bad situation.
Yeah, they're gonna kill Gavin.
And it's the interrogation scene, the first morning of, and Detective Croft, Hugo Weaving, is feeding Ray the breakfast because he doesn't give a shit, I don't think, about he knows he's got his guy. He's just like,
Yeah.
hurry this the fuck up. He's just annoyed.
And I loved his line. I actually wrote it down. Day 2 hotel, wakey wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yeah.
And he has this big old huge breakfast. He's trying to
He's
force feed
feeding
him.
them, and I love the rapid fire. And maybe from your experience, this rapid fire technique of, what did you do in Thailand? What did you do here? What did you do there? Who'd you see it with?
I've seen that. I was never a fan of it, but
And then they tee him
it's
up,
trying to trick them into saying something.
and it completely works.
I
Because
I
they
was
said
never
this,
a fan,
and
but
he
it
says
can.
heroin, and they say, wait a second, we never said heroin.
Yeah. Who yeah.
And it
I
totally
thought
got him.
He did, yeah.
And that's a fun, kind of uncomfortable scene too. So they clearly know. Now we're introduced to Jasmine, who's the legal aide, and she seems like this kind of young, idealistic.
I did not write down Jasmine. That's so funny. I wrote lawyer. I'm adding to my notes, folks, because Ryan
You
is
didn't
taking
even
me
see her
along
as
for
a person, just a slab of
she
meat.
was just a
and so she again, it adds to the story. I don't feel like he comes from a lot of money, so he has a public defender, or their equivalency of that. And I start to see again more tension when Gavin visits John, the stepdad, and John just spills the whole beans. Ray
Yeah.
is here, and this is what's going on, and that's what makes the betrayal later, I think, even more interesting and sadder. But you're like, this motherfucker is just giving this kid up. And Gavin goes to check into the hotel. You don't really know why necessarily, and he ends up having a purpose. But this John guy starts to be suspect. Like, why would he do that?
Well, I think they're playing. He's an alcoholic. He's got gambling debts to the
guess,
mafia,
yeah.
and he's just trying to solve it. He's
Yeah.
trying to get it finished, get out of it. Like go help him. He's here.
Yeah.
Kind of thing is how I took it.
Now, you know how much I love farts in movies. And there's a fart scene in this.
Are you talking about the first one with Jasmine in the room?
Yeah. And I think what's really interesting
'Cause
is
this-
Jasmine asks him, essentially in a scene, if you're innocent, why not just, go to the loo? You'll hear that a lot. But why not just go? And he says, I'm constipated. And he also tells them that he's allergic to laxatives. So he's teed himself up well.
Yeah.
And
He came up with good alibis.
This fart scene is great because typically fart scenes don't address part 2 of a fart, which is, the odor.
The after smell.
So watch this movie, please, if for nothing else but a masterful fart scene. And now we see Croft's character, Hugo Weaving, just become a kind of a monster.
Wait. So we are the only film podcast in the entire planet that has ever, or you just done in one sentence. The fart, making the reference of a fart being an art, an
All
art
right, well, it's
scene
here
or what?
for you all to judge, but yes, I think so, and I think that could be played for like a joke and be really hollow,
Yeah.
but for some reason it's funny and it's like the way they link.
about-
Just watch that scene.
So
it's
is this
it's
one
hilarious.
better than the balloon and the look on Hugo's
Oh,
face
God,
when
that
he's
balloon is
doing the
great.
balloon?
Yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie, for sure. But you see Croft, and he is such a scumbag. I don't know if I liked it or not. It added to the character, but he's patting Jasmine down, and he's gross, and he's all handsy, and he calls her a really misogynistic name. But what that scene shows is Croft is a total misogynistic asshole douchebag, and she really believes this dude is innocent.
Well, they say your lawyer's here, and they say just a minute, and
Yeah.
then he says, "Tell him to suck my dick," and then she comes walking in and says, "You can do that yourself."
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
she
it's kind
gives
of
it
funny.
back.
Yeah,
For sure.
She
But
fires right back.
And now Croft again kind of elevates, and I don't know how much of his Hugo Weaving's character was in the original script, and then when they got him, they had to beef up the part. But he does become more and more involved, and
Yeah.
he just wants this guy to take a shit. So he prepares a shower for Ray, and they beat the hell out of this guy to see if they can.
Yeah,
Force
get him to
him?
confess or shit. One of the two.
It's really rough, and the
Because
violence is pretty. It's more
He's-
real
he-
to me.
You become insensitive to criminals.
Yeah.
It's like I've been through this game a million times.
Yeah.
You punk. Let's just get this
Yeah.
over with. We know what you did. And
he has this
the
discussion with his
laws.
mom, and again, this actress, she is top notch. But she just
Mum.
reflects. You've never been in trouble with the law before. She's just so everybody believes him, which makes all of what may be a betrayal to them hard, because
Yeah.
they're like, damn, they really believe this guy. So when he clearly must let him down, and he gets this photo under the door, which kind of elevates thing, and it's kind of like a threat.
Has mom's face X'd out.
Yeah.
Which I guess, to me, did you take that? That was a threat, like, we're going to kill your mother if you
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
to the cops. Okay.
Exactly, because they could have,
Yeah.
like what they were doing is illegal.
They were going to wipe out the whole family, yeah.
in a way, because
So
he's
what's
never
like
been officially
kilo of
charged.
heroin go for these days, Ryan?
I couldn't. Okay, so I started to look it up, and it wasn't taking me to direct like summations.
You're
and
on a
then I'm
list.
like, I need to stop
You're on
doing
a
this.
database. Oh, dude.
So I'm on enough lists
you're like,
as it is.
You're like, if I buy a kilo from Thailand,
Yeah,
of
I did-
heroin.
I honestly did look it up because I wanted to bring that
oh,
to you, sir.
yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we meet another character named Fook, who must be the nephew of Sonia.
Yes. And he does say, and he's called fuck throughout the whole movie,
Yeah.
and he's always correcting everyone, which is funny.
And the one man or two scene is just fantastic.
Yeah.
So I
and
know
it doesn't even resolve in the end because
No.
he says man and he points to the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, he's like, fuck you.
and that's the writing. That was a scene that Angus Simpson said specifically they wrote for its awkwardness. They wanted a couple of scenes that were comedic. So the more I reflected on it, there was some really funny shit in this movie for sure. But what you understand now is Pat is getting nervous, and he visits John, Ray's home, and where's Ray, and breaks up the home. So now everything just keeps
Yeah.
ratcheting up
Yeah.
around this one guy, and it's a will he, won't he? I mean, he will.
Yeah, eventually.
So by this point in the movie, what were your thoughts? Did you hate me? Were you
No, I was looking at it
interested
like
at
a
least a
full
little?
on, like a biopic drama. I'm like, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Did you get
There's
that
another one.
Okay, take a shot.
And again, Croft amps himself up again because in this hotel, he goes to the lunch buffet. Did you assume that that's what it is? It was a lunch
Yeah.
buffet.
Yeah,
And
exactly right.
in Ziggy, the
I love that
Lithuanian
he's called
bodyguard,
Ziggy.
he makes a buffet faux pas, and Croft steps up to this guy, and he's like, gonna fucking fight him.
He's full hands-on.
Over,
and
like,
he's
etiquette
like,
at a
they have
buffet.
tongs for that.
Yeah,
he like
that's
he
what it
like
is.
sticks his whole fist right in the
Yeah.
the whatever and puts it on his plate.
Again, that just shows more of his. This guy doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he.
No, he was mad when
Yeah.
his partner broke it up.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
And they find, so Ziggy's at the hotel, and you're like, what the hell is he doing? They find Pat and Ziggy are looking for Gavin, which they find,
Yeah.
and rough him up again and say, we want you to kill Ray.
Yep.
We can't have this guy talk, and you need to kill him.
And they give him a shiv.
Yeah. A long shiv. Which
It looked like one of those
puts down.
crochet needles.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was
looked
weird.
pretty insane. And, because he thinks, Pat is saying, did you rip us off? And he didn't. He's not really saying what's going on.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to say that he was,
Yeah.
taking his own stash along with his.
Yeah. So again, ratcheting up, holy cow. And then it ratchets up, I think, again, in the scene between John, the stepdad, and Ray's mom, where you find out that John is involved in this scheme.
Yep. After they stole his car,
It's
and then he comes home.
because you think they're just putting more pressure on his family and trying to make things hard for Ray, but it's found that Ray's stepdad John is involved. He was going to do this to get his debts paid off, but he is knowingly was an accomplice to Ray being a drug mule from Thailand.
Yeah.
And that's and the mother's performance in this scene is unbelievable.
Yeah.
She kicks his ass out. She's great. Yeah. Yeah. So you have just all of this shit crumbling around this one guy in a hotel room. And so when they talk about in interviews, I hear them saying, please trust us. This movie is interesting. I want people to know that this movie about this guy trying to not take a dump is definitely interesting. And so now the mom, I think, is driven to like a breaking point, and she's, I think heard from doctors that this is not good for her son. So here's where the lamb cutlets come in. She must make her own dry rub and dredge and makes her own lamb cutlets with like laxatives built in and takes them to the hotel.
Yeah,
for him
and
to
you're
eat.
and you're kind of like, why is she trying to get him busted?
Yeah, it's weird, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know. She thinks he's innocent too. Everybody thinks he's innocent.
Okay.
That's what makes this movie so
Mom
heartbreaking.
100% believes he's
100%,
innocent,
yeah.
so she's wanting
Her
him.
baby boy, hell no, would he be a drug mule like Gavin?
Well, then he would have got X-rayed and
yeah.
enemed.
But
he
and
didn't
that's
do
what's
that.
interesting because she, tries to force feed him. That scene is so manic where she's like,
Yeah.
it's sweet at
And
first.
she's really angry.
And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not eating this. And it's bizarre. She walks off, and then they're all like, free lamb cutlets.
Well, they're all excited because
And
it
all
wasn't
these
hotel
guys-
food; it was homemade.
I know, that's a good
She
point.
teed that up. She's like, "You got to be tired of this hotel food. Here's your favorite homemade meal." And then they cut to
Yeah.
Hugo's face,
they're
getting like,
like-
"Oh hell yeah, I need some of that."
So I didn't even think about the laxative part.
Oh
but
yeah. And they
this
cut
is
to the
funny.
Dumb and Dumber legs in the air
Yeah,
scene,
right.
and Hugo did it. He was like on the toilet,
You see Hugo
doing
Weaving
the-
like,
doing the splashdown.
and Paris must not have eaten it because he's fine. He says,
No,
all
it
the
was-
boys are glued to the loo.
Yeah.
And that's when he says, interesting. Your mom made you that food and didn't know you were allergic to laxatives.
Yeah, and then he goes, "What a mom!"
Yeah.
Like trying to get to him,
Yeah.
trying to get him to defend her
And
and say something about, "Well, I really do have
there's
it."
a 3-day extension. And that's the other bit of tension where you keep ratcheting up. He's made it. You're rooting for this guy who's a drug mule. A 3-day extension.
Yeah,
the
he's
rules
screwed.
get harder.
Yeah.
And you have to think. So at this point, were you thinking, what is he gonna do? Were you along for the ride, or?
Oh, definitely. I was along for the
Yeah.
ride early on for sure.
So I think.
And
we
I
need-
wrote 3-day extension in capital letters. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then the scene.
I don't know if I want to get into too much detail about the scene.
And they don't in the interviews. And I think maybe that's a good call.
It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch in a movie. And this is the context when I told you the movie Cheap Thrills and The Mule. I said had two of the most disgusting things or the hardest things I've ever had to watch in a movie. including every horror movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
This was that hard for you to watch?
Both times. Even the second time was like
In his
was
eyeballs bloodshot, bulging.
yeah, his acting in this and the makeup or however they made him look like that
Jesus Christ.
was incredible. So it was shot with he had to do it in 2 takes. There were 2 takes shot of that, and they combined those 2 together.
Yeah. And well, I mean, suffice to say,
It's the scene.
yeah.
I think that's a good call, Ryan.
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't take this from anybody,
Yeah.
first time watchers,
And
because you only get to do it once
yeah.
for the first time.
And so, the movie progresses.
I thought that was a bit of a gem. I thought we were going to let that sit. You only get to do it once for the first time. You only get to watch the Red Wedding once for the first time.
We're not taking that. You only get to do number 2 once.
For the first time.
For the first time. That is true. And at this point, I think a really neat scene was Ray's confession to Jasmine. And you said it at the top.
Yeah.
So if anybody's confused, and maybe you were at this point, the reason why Gavin is in a tizzy is because he bought an extra ½ kilo to sell on his own.
Right.
And he made Ray swallow all of it.
That and,
right?
Yeah, and the other half is the mob boss.
Right.
That's his.
So that's why, there's kind of inherent tension at this point in time. But Ray confesses to Jasmine, and she's like, all right, just hold on.
Yeah,
It's such a cool scene.
But they wrote it where she doesn't even hear him confessing because she's freaking out about. She handed him the whole story of the police abuse to her client.
Yeah.
On a platter, and it didn't even make the paper. She's going through the whole paper, and all
Nobody
they're
is.
talking about
It's
is
the
America's Cup, and she's
Yeah.
furious. Meanwhile, in the middle of this, he's confessing to her, and she's not even hearing it.
But she does eventually. And
It took
she's
him
like,
twice, but it was great writing. It was
and a good performance too. His
Yeah.
little whisper and his monotone.
Yeah.
Joe Bob.
and she's all in a huff, know. Yeah. Good, great scene.
And you're going, okay, Jasmine, thank you. I mean, she, you see her smoking weed in her car a couple of times, so she's cool.
It was okay. I do have a question. She was smoking weed only because it was the way she was doing it, the way she was holding it.
Was it not
To me,
marijuana?
when I looked at it, it looked like just a regular Marlboro cigarette.
Okay.
But the way she's holding it, between the thumb and index finger, it makes it look like she's taking a drag off a joint. So you think it was weed, and when I looked at it closely, it looked like it was like a Marlboro, whatever they smoke down under, but a regular, normal cigarette just being
I guess
held
I didn't
differently.
know why they'd specifically show her smoking a cigarette in her car, but
Yeah. Okay.
either way. But she leaves, and you're like, oh, this is a good, court-appointed attorney. Thank you, because she essentially said, hold on. I don't know what she's going to do. She gets in the elevator with Ziggy. And one of my favorite lines in the movie is Ziggy turns to her and goes, what is your marital status?
Yeah, and the way he delivers it. What is your current? And I wrote that one down. Like, what is your?
That was the other line specifically. They called out for the awkwardness. It's that, and then the one man or two.
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
so
he
funny.
says what. I have it written down, but what is your current marital status?
Yep.
But he delivers it so broken English and dry, and then the look on her face is just gold.
And she's really good too. I thought the acting was really good in this movie all around. I didn't find anybody to be lacking at all.
None.
None. Including
Even
the two writers.
even Fook brought it.
Yeah, everybody did. And so Gavin is not successful in his attempt to kill Ray, which I thought was a nice scene. And when Gavin comes in and it's one of those, why didn't you rat on me? It's like Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
In the beginning when his old friend comes back and, we just got, we both got busted for stealing cars. Why didn't you rat me out? And he says, you don't know why. It's because I love you. So that's kind of the same kind of schmaltzy thing.
Yeah,
but I still
and
like it.
he's reaching around for the shiv at the same time, and
Yeah.
then he reaches up for the bed to shake his hand, says because we're brothers.
Yeah.
And then it emotionally gets him.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And Gavin, I am like, what is he going to do? And he and this is where, another kind of aha, and Detective Paris and Gavin kind of connect, and Gavin decides to spill the beans for some reason. And it turns out to be a bad decision to confide into this detective.
Yeah, because he told Ray that it's over, meaning that he's going to put it on him. He's going to end this thing. So, he confesses to Hilton.
And Detective Paris takes him up onto the roof. Always a good sign, right? You're confessing a whole drug thing, and the detective goes, you know what? Let's hit the roof, baby.
Looking down off the edge of the roof, yeah.
Come on. I wouldn't go.
No.
I'd be like, well,
Can we do this with an audience at ground level?
That's right. But so as expected,
Yeah.
Detective Paris shoves Gavin right off the roof onto the hood of a car.
And the effects of his face in the windshield. It was really good.
Gory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it even scared Ziggy half to death. He
Yeah.
gave out a little scream.
So it's Ziggy's car.
Yeah.
And I like how Ziggy just drives to a neighborhood and just dumps the body on the side and drives
Yeah.
along.
He drives away with the body stuck through his windshield.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
But it turns out that, now the movie really starts to come to a head. Ray saw everything, and
Yep.
he tries to convince Detective Cross that Paris is up to no good. And, that's an intense scene. Croft is like, you're trying to convince me my partner is a
He's slamming his head against the
drug
window.
dealer, what have you. And Ray says, you can take the bags out and replace it with glucose. You've done it before. And even that doesn't really trigger Croft, but I think maybe it does a little.
It had to,
I think
because
he's
giving
the
the
next
description of stuff they've already done.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, where do you get this from?
Yeah. I think Pat singing at Gavin's funeral is also one of the more uncomfortable moments in this movie.
Again, the perfect mobster. I mean, he just, he's acting emotional at the guy he just had killed right in front of him.
Yeah. And now we ramp up again. Ray has at this point been held for 10 days with no charge, and the state, as it were, grants 2 more days. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, it just you're grabbing your stomach and your intestines at this point. You're holding on to yourself.
Throughout this whole thing, it should be, and we try not to be gross on this episode, but there's gurglings and he's vomiting. He's obviously getting very sick through this experience.
Yep.
It's not an Angus Sampson coupled with makeup and art direction and everything. It's an amazing performance.
Yeah, he definitely has gotten pale.
And now we ramp up to a conclusion pretty fast in that he crafts a plan. I think, and this is what's fun about, this kind of usual suspecty moments, but he poops out
one of them.
One bag.
Yeah, they don't show it. They just show him taking the one bag and putting it into the sleeping.
And there's a sleeping officer in the room, and he spikes his beer with it, which I think is pretty fun. And
there's always a shift change we haven't mentioned, but there's a midnight. There's a guy that's got to do the overnights.
Yeah.
And so he's asleep in the chair, so he gets a little direct, uncut, pure heroin into his beer, which knocks him out completely.
Knocks him out. He's got a little heroin hangover the next day. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But Ray also grabs a quarter, and that's it. Seemingly innocuous, knocks the guy out, grabs a quarter, which I think is great filmmaking.
Yeah, cleans. Well, he empties out everything else, and then he hides it somewhere because you see he rinses off the bags with the alcohol. Yeah. We know he hides them somewhere. We don't know where.
So he is free of the bags as far as we know, and we cut to the police watching the America's Cup, and I love the Jasmine versus I wrote down Jasmine versus yacht assholes because she questions the validity. Oh God, almost all the way validity of this rich privileged sport, and these working class cops in an odd way are defending it, but it's like point of Australian pride at that time in 1983, if you know about that particular thing.
Well, and she goes walking in, and Hugo's like, "Strippers here."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's just constantly being
the
creep on her, yeah.
And the TV's messed up, and she says there's 45 minutes left. And these guys are hemming and hawing about the TV. And he ends up getting, Paris is starting to freak out. He ends up getting 6 extra days.
He got no extra days, but he pretended that and said that to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was on the phone. He goes, "Okay, I'll tell him," because he said we had to release him.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought they really got. So, yeah.
Yeah,
so
Hugo tells Paris he has to release him. He goes, "Okay, I'll tell him." And he says, "We just got 6 more days. You're mine."
Yeah. And it doesn't really work. And Paris he offers to unfuck this, and a line that I really liked also was Ray just looked up at this guy and says, "Why'd you kill Gavin?"
Yeah, because he knows the
Really a
microphone's in
sweet
there.
thing, but I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Did he know or not?
Yeah, I had a feeling that there was a whole play going on.
Yeah,
with
we
that.
find out that there was a bouquet of flowers with a microphone in it, but Paris confesses a whole lot of stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
Ray takes a dump, nothing in it, and you see the implosion of this Detective Paris
Yeah.
because he goes down.
Yeah, he had really beaten Ray up bad too, and then Ray laying on the floor in a puddle of mess says, "I want an X-ray."
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
just to like put the final stamp
That's
on it that I
And
just
this
kicked
guy
your
knows
ass.
that he's
I
done.
won.
And he says, "I won." Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's arrested. Croft arrests him, and off you go. I think when Paris is really intense and he puts that like shard of glass in Ray's mouth, like it's a
Yeah.
really like there's some pretty crazy violence in
Yeah,
this,
it was
but-
either shit or you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
And then we go kind of buttoning things up over to
The rat.
Pat, and he's not coming through with his end. So Fook, aka Fuck,
Hangs up the phone with uncle
yeah,
or aunt,
yeah,
and he even tells him, he's like, they say you can't talk to the police, and
Yeah.
he doesn't even get it.
yeah,
And Fook takes care of him.
yeah. Kills him with a beer keg.
Yeah, twice. He didn't kill him twice. He
Yeah, it's
hit him twice.
And the last scene is Ray kind of lovingly looking through the window of an electronic shop with a bunch of TVs and
Where he works.
worked.
Well, he got his job back.
Oh yeah, the mom got the old
Yep.
job back. Yeah, but the assumption is that Mr. Smarty Pants he put the drugs in the TV.
The quarter was to open the back of
police
the
asked
TV.
to have the TV removed
Yep.
because it wasn't working. Sent to a repair shop, and
Yeah.
he's just staring at his drugs.
So that to me that was like their interpretation of whatever the true story was.
Yeah.
Like this guy may have gotten away with it, and then
Yeah.
they just kind of wrote a story around it. But I
Yeah.
don't know. That makes sense though.
Super fun. Well, the real story, it's hard to find a lot about. If you look up this movie, you
Yeah, I
find
did-
more about the Clint Eastwood guy than anything.
The
Cause he's a real
90-year-old.
guy.
Yeah, I didn't. That's all that kept coming up for me. I didn't find anything.
Jamie Brown saw it in a newspaper article, and what I did find was that it was in a newspaper article about a guy who wouldn't go to the bathroom. It was on like page 22. Then when he still hadn't gone, it was on like page 10. Then when he still hadn't gone, it was on like page 2.
Was he in detention?
He was,
Okay.
and it was 22 days.
No.
So the real one was
fucking
22
way.
days.
He held his shit for 22 days.
Yeah, that's correct. The 1983 America's Cup is such a big deal because it was a point of pride for Australia.
I'm still trying to get my head around that.
They were the first successful challenger in 132 years to beat the Americans. England won it in 1851, so that's why it was such a big deal.
Wow.
And it's kind of funny later on. Angus Simpson was saying that the Australian captain turned out to be a criminal, like he wasn't even from Australia, and so it was a huge point of shame. So I think that's kind of fairly fascinating. But when they wrote the movie, and I may go back and watch it, there's 7 races in the America's Cup, and in the movie, when the Americans won a race, the cops would get closer to Ray. When the Australians won a race, he would get closer to freedom. So they really wrote it with a cadence to this
geez.
America's Cup thing, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I just definitely didn't pick up on that.
All right. Well, before we do our reviews, I'm going to play my clip.
Oh, we
And
got
you're-
through the whole. Yeah, we
you
didn't.
may be wondering, why did I not play the clip
Yes,
during the
Ryan.
movie?
I am wondering that.
And the reason is because I'm sorry, I had technical difficulties, so I'm trying to tee up a YouTube link. But so what I found is somebody did a mashup of all the swearing in this movie, and I think it's funny. And I'm sorry if it's hard to understand, but this is a mashup in the Mule of every swear word said.
Never had a mule refuse to shit before.
No, how long can the bastard last?
Shit him out. Shit all. Shit breath. Dog shit you are. You decide to shit, then you can piss. Fuck it. Fuck that.
Fuck me, Rhonda.
You fuck off then. Fucking calm down. Fucking Fucking. Cunts to fuck with. Dickhead. Pindick. Sugary tits. Fucking maggot. Spoof bag. God, you fucking mother. Suck my dick. Fucking experiment. Shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh my God, was that funny?
Okay, I probably should have put a little something at the top. One of the expletives that they use is not commonly known as the women's genitalia. It's known as just a real asshole in other countries. So
And they
that
spelled it with a
particular
K
yeah.
on the sign, which I thought was funny. Maybe that's the way they
Yep.
spell it there.
So I
Down
had a
under.
lot of fun with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the
So-
fuck me Rhonda made me laugh the loudest just now. I don't know why, but that
It's good, right?
that was good.
All right. Well, also a guy named Jai Spence plays a character named Permed Keith. I didn't know what character that was, but Permed Keith was a pretty sweet name for me.
I bet you it was one of the guys on the team.
Yeah, that probably was one of the guys
Yeah.
on the team.
Because one of the guys had a perm.
Yeah. All right. That was probably Permed Keith.
His real name is Keith, and so we'll call him Permed Keith.
All right. Well, not a ton of info on this movie, not a lot of trivia on IMDb, not a lot of reviews in general. Again, a lot of the reviews were pretty polarizing, some critical of Angus Simpson's performance. Sampson, sorry, if I've been saying Simpson, I apologize. Angus Sampson.
No.
Nice. But I thought he was great. But here is
He was great.
This is a 3 out of 10. So it wasn't a 1 out of 10. The worst I could find was a 3 out of 10.
That's the first time.
And it's titled Will He Poop or Will He Not?
No.
From January 2015. An average man goes to Thailand after winning a holiday through his football team's lottery. What he does not know is that he is being set up, and the purpose of this trip is to bring drugs into Australia. When he finally gets back to Down Under, the police gets hold of him as they suspect he might be smuggling cocaine or heroin into the country. Since he refuses to have an x-ray taken, he is kept in police custody in a hotel room for about 10 days. Whether or not this sounds like an interesting subject to you, from the 15th minute until the end, the only thing you see is a man lying in bed who makes the utmost effort to not go to the loo while the police wait by his bed. Nothing else happens. If you don't believe me, watch it. When you do, you'll agree that the movie should have been called, quote, The Longest Poop Refusal, end quote. Sketchy name, right? The Longest Poop Refusal. As a subject for a movie, after a few minutes, it's start to get a little boring. It's really based on real events. Then the original story is not good enough to make into a film. Sorry. Yeah.
Well,
So
at least
boring.
he didn't give away the big scene.
Yeah, that's true. We have a 10 out of 10. There are a few. Most of them were positive, but this one's titled Yes, Disgusting, but Worth It. Written in 2019, actually.
Oh, okay. 5 years after it was made.
And it has spoilers. Here we go. I've never seen so much hubbub around someone going to the bathroom. But dang, this film, I don't know why. I guess it's the fact that it's the darkest possible content. Anytime you have drugs, illicit drugs, there is always that gray area, and here the lines are blurred. The moral compass is spinning out of control, and everything is fragmented, incoherent, all the way even to the end when knots are tied and we find out what's what.
Wow.
I don't think there's a lot of gray area in this at all, to be
Knots
honest.
are tied.
100% illegal. But there is so much more, a whole lot more. We end up rooting for this guy, but he's actually now more involved in what was in his stomach than what he assumed the pose the golden goose. What? Okay, I think I screwed that up. But he actually now more involved in what was in his stomach than when he assumed the pose of the golden goose. Okay. So the pose of the golden goose.
He
is,
didn't do a proofread on that.
I don't know what the hell I saw, but the journey was wonderful. It's like taking a good shit. LOL. JK. No, really. It does explain everything, and it all ends well, but dangs, with a Z, If even at the very well-explained ending you don't feel even more muddled than when the thing started, but in a good way, for the vehicle of the thing raises a lot of questions and hits on a lot of different variables of our human condition. Excellent film. I would highly recommend it. I actually thought I was watching the new one with Clint Eastwood, but I was wrong. All the way at the fucking end.
I wonder how far he got before he
Holy
realized
shit,
he had a
but-
different movie.
But I was wrong. No wonder the subtitles didn't work. LOL. But I'm so glad I messed up and watched this one. Now I'm going to try out the new one, the 2018 Eastwood film. But honestly, after watching this, I don't think there's any way that it can rival the fun black comedy action multifaceted genre of this version.
Nice. I need to rewatch, and maybe I'll bring it onto the show. There's an old, 2004-ish in that group there when I was getting all my magazine subscriptions and all that at that time. Maria Full of Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe she's either Mexico or, South America, and it's the same kind of thing where she's got to bring drugs
Right.
across, and she's a real innocent girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that one to see. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll get it
I
on the
mean,
show.
movies like this can be heavy. I can see areas for comedy, but I just thought this was kind of a gem, like you'd say, like mining for gold. And
Yeah. Oh, and I did need to ask you, how did you discover this film?
it was a one copy at the video store. So.
Oh, I love that. See,
Yeah.
it's Brian's metal detecting.
Yep, back when those were a thing.
What? Mom, what's a video store?
Email us. I will have a candid and frank conversation with you about the importance of the video store. But thank you for, excuse me, I'm going to have a moment.
Yeah. Well,
Here, fill the silence. I'm going
the
to
video stores may come back someday, just like the record albums have.
I agree. And that would be awesome. But thanks for watching this. I hope you liked it.
I did. It was
And,
great.
I think, do you want to hear the swear montage one more time?
I do. Let's
All right,
ride
we'll do
it
the swear
out.
montage one more time, and then we're going to close this. Thank you so much all for listening. Thank you for being fans and for supporting independent film. All right, I want to hear the swear. Here's the swear montage one more time.
Never had a mule refuse to shit before. No, how long can the bastard last?
Shit him out.
Shit breath. Dog shit you are. You decide to shit, then you can piss. Fuck it. Fuck that.
Fuck me, Rhonda.
You fuck off then. Fuck. Fucking calm down. Fucking here. Fucking fuck. Cunts to fuck with. Dickhead.
Pindick.
Sugary tits. Fucking maggot. Spoof bag.
Balls.
Skype you fucking mother. Suck my dick.
Fucking experiment.
Shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, Ryan.
We'll always have
Monty Doro.
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys?
You'll love it. It's just a little
Love it. It's just as little independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent. Okay.
we're tense. Yeah, we're two or
Yeah.
two. We're like we know love it. It's just as little independent. Like it's just
Like
a
I'm
little
introducing a
independent.
movie to you.
Like you're about to.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's just as little independent.